stall, goes in, they're all in line, they're off, and the black-eyed Susan. Emoliant bobbled a little bit coming out of the gate and is last in the early stages. Maracuya is going out to take the early lead with Toasting and Petit Trianon right behind. On the far outside, Marathon Lady came out running in fourth. 50 Shades of Hay is next, and Emoliant, who did not have a good start, is right alongside of 50 Shades of Hay and now passes her and now is racing 3.5 lengths off the lead, but in between horses, and she looks like she's a little hard to control again today. In the back of the field is Lady Banks. That first quarter was 23 and 4/5 seconds. On to the backstretch they go. John Velasquez and Maracuya lead the way 3/4 of a length. Toasting is running in second to the outside. And then it's Marathon Lady. Emoliant is in between horses. Not a perfect trip for her today. And then it's Petit Trianon to the inside. After that, 50 Shades of Hay, who's running along in sixth right now, just 3.5 lengths off the lead, and leading only Lady Banks through a half mile in an easy 48 and 3/5 seconds. Maracuya leads the field with a half mile to go. 3/4 of a length ahead of Toasting and running in second position. Marathon Lady third. Now Emoliant is being asked for more speed. She's got to pick it up. 50 Shades of Hay draws up alongside of her. Emoliant's under a ride. 50 Shades of Hay just went by her, and Emoliant's not going on today. Emoliant has dropped back to fifth as they come to the top of the stretch. It is a wide Marathon Lady now with a narrow lead at the top of the lane. Toasting running a big one right with her. To the inside, Maracuya's given way. 50 Shades of Hay with work to do. And as they come into the final furlong, Marathon Lady is the leader. Joel Rosario has brought 50 Shades of Hay to the outside, and here she comes. That's the 16th pole, running up alongside of Marathon Lady and running by, and 50 Shades of Hay wins the black-eyed Susan. Marathon Lady was second, and then came Toasting, followed by Maracuya, and Emoliant ends up second last here. The final time, 1 minute 52 and 3/5 seconds.
Oh my goodness, Joel Rosario can do nothing wrong, as we said earlier. I thought 50 Shades of Hay was dead in the water there coming into the straightaway. And here comes Joel one more time. Wow.
Yeah, you know, I thought this filly on 50 Shades of Hay was beat a couple times. On the far turn, he took her out to go around horses, then he put her back in to save some ground because she simply wasn't moving like he wanted her to. Put her right next to Emoliant. Then he straightened out for home. He asked her for a best, and she started making a big run. Then a horse ducked out in front of her, so Joel, you know, kept his path inside. And then when he wanted all of it, he angled her back out again into the middle of the racetrack and used the strength that is his trademark to get her past the front-running Marathon Lady.
This is not the type of trip that trainer Bob Baffert had in mind for 50 Shades of Hay. The reason he put the blinkers on her today for the first time was he wanted her to be up in the mix. He wanted her to be more aggressive early and close to the pace. Instead, it was a fairly slow early pace, and she was back in the pack. So she took the worst. Now, it is a slow racing surface today, so the fractions are maybe a little bit misleading, but here's that trouble you were talking about in the stretch.
Yeah, so you see here 50 Shades of Grey. Joel Rosario's asked her already for a pretty good run. Now, she's made up 2 or 3 lengths as we let this roll from the top of the stretch. Looks like she was going to go between horses. Joel doesn't want to take a chance on having to alter course any other times, so he angles her out into about the 5 path. And from here on out, it's the determination of the filly, which I got to give a lot of credit to her, and the strength of rider Joel Rosario to get her by the front-running Marathon Lady.
Yeah, nice effort for Marathon Lady, the runner-up, who hadn't run in 5 weeks, but this one's all about 50 Shades of Hay.
50 Shades of Hay takes the money for Baffert and Pegram. They won with Yearly Report in 2004 and with the Great Silver Bullet Day in 1999. It's their third Black-Eyed Susan victory.
Bodie's going to the whip.
So Bodie, Jill, and Bob Baffert celebrate the win by 50 Shades of Hay.